Greetings gamers! My name is David Brown with TGN, and by early 2016 we will be in a whole new era of playing video games. The conventional TV and monitor setup may be a thing of the past, and that's because the retail shipment of the Oculus Rift begins in early 2016. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top 10 reasons why you should be excited for the Oculus Rift. Foremost at number 10, we need to realize that this is one of the first shots at consumer-based virtual reality and could very well shape the future of how we play games in the next decade. It could fundamentally transform the way we look at, play, and even develop games in the future. Everything from first-person shooters to MMOs could get a massive overhaul as virtual reality takes off. Even more dramatic is that this could have huge implications in society beyond video games, which will forever be credited with being made for gamers by gamers. Now, I don't know about you, but value for money is pretty significant for me. Thankfully, the Oculus Rift will come in at roughly $300. This makes the Oculus a lot more accessible to the average Joe such as you and I. Alongside that, the Rift isn't too heavy hitting in terms of PC requirements. You'll be expected to have a mid-range graphics card such as the NVIDIA 970, a mid-range i5 4590, or equivalent, and 8 GB of RAM. Nothing too heavy hitting. In fact, the norm for most PC players or anyone enthusiastically interested in the Oculus, so your wallet won't be too angry with you. Now, although it seemed very obscure when first announced, Facebook being the owners of Oculus is actually somewhat beneficial. While some will be quick to judge that Facebook has no experience in gaming, I'd love to point out the book Ready Player One. If you've read the book, you'll understand the level of immersion that is possible from VR, and not just for gaming, but for many other day-to-day tasks. Schools, doctors, sports, there is plenty of innovation to be had, and VR tech may be a very prosperous future with or without video games. At 7, the specs for the Oculus are pretty damn sweet. It offers full 360-degree head tracking, stereoscopic 3D, and a wide field of view of about 100 degrees. It also clocks at a high resolution of 2160 by 1200 at 90 Hz refresh rate. Now, if you're a statistics guy, that is a very enticing deal. Not only is it powerful and packed with features, again, it's aiming for a $300 price range, which is at the very least pretty remarkable. Now, there is no point in VR tech without the necessary backing, but thankfully, massive companies such as Valve and Epic Games have backed virtual reality and will be successfully providing options for it in their titles, with Valve also releasing their own VR tech in the form of the HTC Vive. It will also have strong support on the Unreal Engine, a popular engine amongst developers. This is exactly what Oculus needs to get off the ground. EA has also duly noted that they should see the demand. They will formally back development on Oculus as well. Now, this may sound strange at 5, but it actually works. Yes, technology has come far enough to fully facilitate virtual reality as an option for gaming. VR was tipped to come many years ago, but never successfully took flight. The Oculus is one of the first devices to attempt VR gaming at a domestic level. It won't be just a cool toy that never formally becomes something. It's technology which works and is set to thrive. Now, I hate horror games, mostly because the pause button is the most frequently used button for me, but I can't wait to see what horrors and scares can develop on the Oculus. It will be the first time we are really thrown into a horror game, and maybe for some of you manly chest hair guys, the first time a horror game formally scares you. Horror as a genre has dissipated a lot recently. Hopefully the Oculus can relight that fire and forge new frightful experiences for gamers. Immersion and tension is something that the Oculus really flexes its muscles on. In the last few years, action games, shooters, and adventure games have lacked the chance to really immerse yourself and make you mentally involved in the video game. I can only wait and imagine the kind of tension, tactics, and sheer envelopment that the Rift could bring. Virtual reality could well and truly bring an entirely new forefront for graphical power and general impressiveness for video games to enjoy. At 2 is something I find fascinating about the Oculus, and that is that it's breathing life back into old genres and forming new ones. The space adventure and simulator scene has seen an explosion in content the last couple years. We heard we could sit in the cockpit of a fighter in an immersive battle, and presto, We have loads of new titles like Star Citizen and Space Engineers. We could see so many changes in popular genres and the eventual establishment of new ones because of the Oculus Rift and VR technology, something I am certainly looking forward to. Finally, at number 1, I look at my past points and it all boils down to one simple conclusion. The possibilities of the Oculus Rift are endless. It has massive implications for gaming and even beyond gaming. I will be able to stare down the sight of an assault rifle, lock on my missiles on an enemy jet fighter, and have the living crap frightened out of me. It's exciting, and it could very well be the thing we needed to reinvigorate gaming and make it so much more interesting. Hell, in a few years, you might even be watching a live stream or YouTube video and be able to look around you from your own perspective in the setting of the video. Although, to be fair, that's just me in a dark room talking to myself like a creep. But you get what I mean. Out with the old and in with the new. Alright everyone, those were my top 10 reasons to be excited for the Oculus Rift, and if you're as hyped as I am, make sure to hit the like button down below and let us know in the comments section your top reasons to be excited for the Oculus Rift. My name is David Brown with TGN, and until next time, have a good one, gamers.